Everyone, I'm Sai Nandan Reddy from Initiatic Solutions. Today, being new moon of Sagittarius, we will be doing meditation as well as reading from the book Wisdom of the Zodiac by Torquem Saradarian sir. So let us first meditate for around half an hour, and then we will do read from the book. So in this meditation, we will be meditating on the seed thought, which is nobody can leave the animal behind unless he detaches himself. Detachment is not exactly leaving your properties and going to the mountains. This is only part of it. Detachment is total control of whatever you are not. So we will be working on this virtue called as detachment. So I am giving you the seed thought before so that you know what we will be meditating upon. So it is basically detachment. So detachment is total control of whatever you are not. When you say whatever you are not, think about your physical body, emotional body, mental body, and then think about your relationships, property, and all the things which are related to your body and mind. And think about, should you detach from these things? If yes, how can you detach? What are the things which are making you not to be detached from these things? Also think what are the things which are permanent and what are temporary. How badly are we attached to these things which you think are temporary? If certain things are temporary, then what are those things which are permanent? Right? And now we will be starting the meditation. So when we are doing seed thought, you can take a paper and a pen, and then you can note down the ideas which you get. Right? So just relax, be straight, sit straight, keep your spine erect. So it is good that you have joined during the exact time of the new moon. Let us say the great invocation first. Please repeat after me. And when you are saying great invocation, let us go slowly and try to visualize whatever you say. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men, may Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out. And may it seal the door where evil dwells. let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let us now sound 3 ohms. Now, let us meditate on the seed thought. Nobody can leave the animal behind unless he detaches himself. Detachment is not exactly leaving your properties and going to the mountains. This is only part of it. Detachment is total control of whatever you are not. I am repeating again. Nobody can leave the animal behind unless he detaches himself. Detachment is not exactly leaving your properties and going to the mountains. This is only part of it. Detachment is total control of whatever you are not. So let us take 10 minutes of time and think about this seed thought. Make notes of whatever ideas which you get. You can refer to the seed thought from the PDF which I shared. Okay, let us now say the following mantram. Please repeat after me. Lead us, O Lord, from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty. Let us now sound Om 7 times. Now let us read from the chapter 36, Sagittarius Transmitting Energies. I'll read the first page. Sagittarius transmits to space three very important energies. One of the energies is harmony that creates balance. The second energy is the will to know. Those who tune in with this energy are stimulated to know. The third energy is the will to initiate, to make breakthrough. This constellation also transmits the second ray of love wisdom and the third ray, which stands for abstract thinking and idealism. So, in all, it transmits five energies. Sagittarius is the one constellation in the zodiac that transmits five rays. These five rays pour down to our earth during Sagittarius to make the animal man into a man and the man into an arrow. Millions of people in the world are now meditating and speaking about these things for just one reason. They want to absorb these energies, assimilate them, and slowly transform their lives. This energy has three parts. One part is man, one part is animal, and the third part is neither animal nor man. Age after age, Sagittarian energy is directed to humanity to break this identification with the animal. How are we going to break this identification? The animal urge is expressed as instinct. For example, the physical body has its own instincts, which are so strong that if a person is hungry enough, he may even eat another human being. If he is sexually excited, he may do things he never imagined he could do. If he is jealous, he may do things that he never imagined he would do. If he is identified with money, possessions, or land, he may do things that even an animal would not do. A person who is identified with his animal nature can kill millions of people in 1 second for his own satisfaction. He is animal and man together, but the animal mostly controls him because he has 4 feet and these feet carry him away. It is very painful situation to live with one's animal identifications. Throughout ages, only one thing breaks that identification. The sage DK says that our Lord of the world, Sanat Kumara, uses the principle of pain and the law of cause and effect to teach man that the animal stage must be left behind. Pain teaches so many things to individuals, to groups, and to nations. Pain forces people eventually, not suddenly or immediately, to see that what they are doing is not right. Now, I would request anyone to read the next para.
I'm reading.
Okay.
A person who is totally identified with sex will eventually have so many troubles in his organs, brain, and nervous system that he will say, "There is something I am doing wrong." A person who hates will eventually bring so much destruction, killing, crimes, loss of property, as well as complications in his mind, emotions, and heart that he will realize hating is not a good thing to do. The motto of Sagittarius for average people is let food be sought. The goal of those who are identified with the animal is to eat and eat. The food can be physical food, sexual food, stomach food, greedy food, obsession food, possession food, all food for himself. In the second stage, when man rides on the animal or the rider and the animal are separated, there is another motto. That motto says, I see a goal. In the third stage, the last part of the motto applies, and I reach the goal. In this stage, man becomes an arrow. These three mottos represent the three phases of man. One, he is animal and man together. Two, he is animal and man separated. And three, he is neither animal nor man, but a member of the kingdom of God. In the first phase, if the average person begins to identify more with the man instead of the animal, he becomes an aspirant. In the second phase, he is a disciple. In the third stage, he is an initiate. The goal in Sagittarius is to transform our personality by breaking our identification with the animal. Sagittarius stands for idealism. Idealism is seeing the prototypes, the essence, the causes, and the spiritual impulses that are taking form and becoming thought forms or other material expressions. An idea is nothing else but a spiritual impulse. It is not a form, it is a spiritual direction, a spiritual charge. When this charge is recognized, sensed, and contacted, your whole body, your emotions, and your mind enter a new phase of reorientation and repolarization. When this repolarization and reorientation happen, when you become the impulse itself and a channel to manifest that impulse throughout your actions, speech, feelings, ideas, and thoughts. Idealism means to see the principles and laws behind manifestation and dedicate your life to the expression of these principles and laws, visions, and beauties. When you dedicate your life to these great visions, revelations, principles, and laws, you become an idealistic person. There are 8 steps we can take to transform this animal man into a man and the rider into an arrow flying towards his self. The first step is to ask, what exists beyond the horse? Does anything exist beyond the animal? A goal exists only on the soul level. When a man starts to be more soul and less animal, he has a goal. Whenever someone does not have a goal, still the animal is dominating because an animal does not have true goals. The animal has one basic intent, which includes to eat, to enjoy, to sleep, to bring children into the world, and to use the jungle psychology. If you saw what humanity did in wartime, behind the curtains of war and the secret places, you would not believe what animal human beings can be. For example, once I saw a soldier gun down 15 children playing in the street. The soldier was not a man, he was an animal. Such animals exist all over the world. Sagittarian energy reminds us that it is time to finish this animal stage of consciousness. The first step is to see a goal, a principle, a law, a beauty beyond the animal level. You can find lots of animals on television. Many so-called great artists are playing the role of animals and nothing else. When they take a gun and kill someone, hate someone, and say, where are my jewels, my possessions, my land? You stole them. They're just animals. We must see a beauty beyond this animal existence and dedicate ourselves to it. Once a very young girl saw a little flower in the mountains and said, what a beauty this is. I must stay here and watch this flower so that nobody destroys it. The parents were looking for the child. They found her sleeping on the mountain and guarding the flower. When they asked her what she was doing, she said, I'm trying to protect this flower so that nobody destroys it. Did you see a flower in your life, a goal, a vision, for which you said, I'm going to stand all night and protect this? Touching that flower, protecting that flower, and being ready to give your life for that flower will make you take strong steps forward toward your humanness. Sagittarius says, see a girl, a flower, and like a child, protect that flower. The sons of men are one, and I am one with them. This idea is a flower. Are you protecting this flower? Or immediately when the telephone call comes and somebody gossips about you, do you say, the sons of men are not one, I hate them, and start using jovial language? When you do this, the animal sucks you in. You become again the animal. Observe yourself. How many times daily do you become an animal? You get so angry, you open your jaws to eat someone, hate him, be jealous. You become the victim of your instincts, the blind urges and drives. Once you become a victim, the animal starts ruling. The first step is to see a beauty and dedicate your life to that beauty as an ideal. This is no separated idealism. Idealism is the sensation of divinity in everything and living for the divinity in every possible way in your life. Idealism is the contact with that spiritual essence or divinity within everyone. After that contact, you must express that elevated state of awareness and consciousness through whatever you are, whatever you do, whatever you speak and think. The second step is direction, which is symbolized by the arrow. You do not have direction if you do not have a goal. If you do not have a goal, where are you going to aim your arrow? Direction is the result of deep intuitional discrimination or straight knowledge. After you discriminate, you find your goal. You do not have any direction if you do not have discrimination. Discrimination itself is direction. Before you do things, you must discriminate. What am I thinking? What am I imagining? Should I continue or
let Anju continue? Thank you so much.
What am I writing? What am I doing with my whole life? Start saying, if I do this, it is good, but this is much better. I saw this, but this is much better. Oh my goodness, that is much more beautiful. Let me take that one. Every time you see something better, your life should go in that direction. There is only one direction. People philosophize that there are many directions and you can go in any direction you want. There is only one direction. The animal is going to be divine. The others are methods, not directions. Cooperation is unity of a goal with diversity in methods. There is only one direction which is united in a goal. For example, I am going to New York by airplane and you are going by car. Another is going by horse. The methods are different, but the goal is one. When you find the one direction, millions of things that were scattering your life and wasting your energy slowly fade away and fall down because before you were confusing direction with methods and techniques. You achieve your goal only by finding the direction. Direction is not havingness or accumulation. Direction is nothing else but growth. For example, the direction of a little child is to be a grandpa or grandma. In other words, direction is beingness, realization, transformation. The third step is detachment. Nobody can leave the animal behind unless he detaches himself. Detachment is not exactly leaving your properties and going to the mountains. This is only part of it. Detachment is total control of whatever you are not. Have you had any experience on any level of being detached from your body? What about emotional detachment? Can you control your hatred for that woman, especially if she dresses this way or that way? Are you attached to your emotional patterns, your mental patterns, your idealistic patterns, your national and religious patterns? All these things are holding you like an octopus. How are you going to break the arms of the octopus and free yourself? Have you ever had the moment of inspiration in a very elevated state of consciousness when you think that you are not identified with anything, that nothing bothers you? Then somebody is angry with you, and your immediate reaction is to be angry because anger is part of your body at that time. Somebody does something and you become jealous. Jealousy is part of your body. The animal and the body are stuck together. How can you get rid of these instantaneous mechanical reactions and responses? How to detach yourself from that instinct, from that vice, from that inclination you have? How can you cut it? If you cut it, you're going out of the animal and becoming human. We have very few human beings in the world. The rest are identified with the horse. Humanity is suffering so much because it is under the feet of the horse. Once you detach yourself, control is possible. The horse is going to be controlled because you are the rider now. You are not the horse. You must say to the horse, from now on, I want to go here, there. Do not forget that the horse is also divine. The horse fits the goal and serves the goal when you control him. That is the beauty of the horse. That is the beauty of human nature. As far as you are identified with the horse, the meaning of the horse is lost. The responsibility of the horse is lost. But immediately when you ride on the horse and control him, the whole meaning of the horse reveals itself. He is a means of transportation and you can use him to go places. You must control all instincts. The instincts and vices you have are nothing else but distorted virtues. You must correct these distortions and turn them into virtues. Vices must become virtues. When you have willpower, your vices turn into virtues and you have control. When physical forces and energies are used for the highest purpose, vices turn into virtues and you control the horse. The horse serves its purpose. The horse becomes beautiful because it is controlled. The fourth step is unity or oneness. If you want to eliminate the animal instincts and animal ways in your nature, your mind, emotions, and activities must function as one unit. Unless you eliminate such separatism in your nature, the animal will be stuck with you and it will be impossible to leave the horse and become a rider upon the horse. You cannot really achieve spiritual maturity and beauty unless your actions, thoughts, speech, and expressions on any level work for unity, oneness, and synthesis. Competition is separation. Mine and yours is separation. The fifth step is righteousness. To be righteous means to be united with everybody, to have no separation within you. To be righteous means that you do to others only what you want them to do to you. An animal does not think about righteousness. For an animal, human righteousness means power. Whoever has power has rights. Once a rich man did many bad things and he went to court and said to the judge, "Here is $10,000, make me righteous." And the judge made him righteous. Power made him righteous. This is an unrighteous righteousness. True righteousness means to live in a way that you do not have debts to others. When you do these first 5 things, you become a rider on the horse. Doing these 5 things will increase joy, peace, and love in your life. Joy cannot be bought. You must transform your nature in order to have joy. You must detach yourself from the horse so that you have joy, peace, and love. Anytime you do not have joy, it is the sign that you are still stuck to the horse. In the third transformation, you become not the rider but the arrow. Actually, the horse was you. In the animal state of consciousness, the monad, the spark, or the divinity within you was expressing itself as a horse. When that divinity starts to evolve on the path of evolution, it becomes a horse and then a rider. In the third stage, you are neither the horse nor rider. You are an arrow flying to your own essence. You are becoming yourself. You are detached now. Nothing can hold you back. You are flying to the sun. You have 3 great qualities: serenity, bliss, and synthesis. With these qualities, you become an initiate. The sixth step is transformation. Transformation means to apply whatever you have learned in your life. Transformation is the result of the application of the ideas, beauties, and visions that you touched or grasped. You eat them, assimilate them, then change yourself. In that moment, you feel that you are neither horse nor man, but you are a son of the universe. Your transformation must be so complete that you never turn back and become a horse again. The seventh step is service and sacrifice for others. In this stage, you really try to be an arrow. You leave the human stage behind and become a citizen of the kingdom of the God. Service is not taking something to give to somebody else. Service is giving a portion of yourself. The eighth step is continuity of consciousness. Because of your unity, service, sacrifice, and idealism, you develop continuity of consciousness. You know what the horse is, what the rider is, what the arrow is, and there is always continuity of consciousness. Thanksgiving falls during the month of Sagittarius. To bloom your own divinity is the greatest expression of gratitude. The universe does not want anything from you except that you grow and be yourself. The best way to express gratitude to anyone, to an individual, a group, or even a nation, is to give something. The best gift is your own blooming. Be something. When you are something, that is the greatest gift you can give to your country or to humanity. There is nothing higher than this. To be transformed human being, to have your goal and to head like an arrow towards the source from whom everything proceeds and to whom everything returns.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anju. So, would you like to share your experience or anything you would like to mention about? Hope you have enjoyed the meditation and hope you have liked the chapter. Thank you so much for being part of this meditation on this new moon of Sagittarius. Thank you,
Thank you.
Anju, and thank you, Shiddhasmi. Namaskar.